To start with, I would like to thank the organizers of this joint ESPON and Nordic Regional Studies Association event, the ESPON Transnational Outreach Team involving the University of Tartu and the University of Ghent, and the NORSA team, all the distinguished speakers, and all of you, the participants, for taking the time and interest to join us today. This topic of this conference is very timely. We are experiencing many externalities that have significant impact on the pathways for sustainable development and the ways we go about regional restructuring. The climate crisis, the pandemic, the growing territorial inequalities, the depopulation of rural areas, and the looming energy crisis and the challenges with the global supply chain. In parallel, new policy frameworks are being drawn up and implemented from the European to the very local level to address these challenges. And significant public investments are being made available to support the transition towards green, just and digital Europe through the European Structural and Investment Funds, the Recovery and Resilience Facility, and the Just Transition Mechanism. The aim of this conference is to enhance the understanding of the connections between sustainable development and regional restructuring in the context of spatial planning and the sustainable development goals. The discussion during the conference will be designed around the following policy questions, and I took the liberty to condense them a little bit. What is the specific nature and magnitude of the consequences of decarbonization in the Baltic Sea region, and how are these challenges spatially distributed? What are the different regional approaches to structural change, and how do these approaches translate into the sustainable development goals, and how are they integrated in the different planning levels? And finally, what are the different factors hampering the integration of sustainable development goals in the planning, and what are the success stories where the SDGs really guide the planning process and the implementation of the plans? To address these policy questions, we have a very interesting program to offer to you. We will start with some welcoming words and a short introduction from ESPON and the Ministry of Finance in Estonia. This will be followed by a keynote presentation and three thematic sessions. For the keynote, we will be also joined by colleagues from a parallel conference of the Nordic Regional Studies Association. Also, we will have two short breaks within the conference and one longer break for lunch so that you can re-energize and to stretch your legs a little bit. We aim to wrap up by 10 to 5, and we really hope that you will manage to stay with us throughout the entire program.